Hey all. So happy Trans Day of Visibility. I've recorded, this is my fourth video today, and everyone has had some sort of issue with it, so hopefully the fourth try is the charm. Anyway, I had a couple things I wanted to come on here and share with you. So the first thing is about being visible and why I think it's important. So, as you probably know, if you're watching this, I'm currently going to Mills College, which is an all-women's school. And going there as a trans woman is an incredible experience. It is something I never in my life thought I'd be able to actually do. And yet here I am. But so often it's just assumed, right? Like everyone there is a woman. And honestly, like, I was sort of looking forward to that, right? Like, I was looking forward to just going and, like, blending in and passing and not having being trans be an everyday issue. But that's not something that I do well. It's not something I do well. So since going to Mills, I've gotten involved with a lot of different things. And one of those things is that I'm the president of a new club on campus. It's called Splendor, and we're all about creating space for diverse gender identities on campus. And so for Trans Day of Visibility, we scheduled an entire week, Monday through Friday, of amazing events that are all about raising visibility of trans people. So yesterday we had a t-shirt making contest, and I made one right here. It says "fuck gender," and on the back it has a transgender symbol, and about 25 to 30 other people also made very similar shirts, which was really amazing. And then today, everyone was supposed to wear these shirts, and it was so cool. It was so cool to walk around on campus and see all these shirts that said like trans ally or genderqueer, or all of these very visible signs of allyship and people being active in helping to create visibility. Like, it was an incredible experience and very moving. But at the same time, it was also very difficult. Being visible is not easy. It's something that often requires a fair amount of sacrifice. And I noticed that today. As I was walking around, because I'm one of only 2 trans women on campus, and I was walking around today wearing this shirt, it says trans and all this stuff, and I'm pretty visible. I'm not stealth. I don't hide who I am, but I don't walk around with shirts that say, hey, I'm trans, every day. That's a new thing. And so, maybe I've just gotten used to being in this women's space, and people being used to me being there and present as a woman. And today I showed up very differently. I showed up very visibly as a trans woman, and it felt different. It's hard to put my finger on exactly what felt different. But I definitely felt it, and it was not something that was easy. I thought, I'm just gonna wear a t-shirt. It's not gonna be a big deal. No one's gonna care. It's gonna be super cool. And it was. But it still felt really hard. It felt draining to be so visible everywhere I went. Every single space I inhabited today, I was visibly trans. And that was hard. And so then the second thing I wanted to talk about is Indiana. Right now, everyone is fucking talking about Indiana because they have this Religious Liberties Protection Act that the governor just signed, and everyone's like, oh no, this is discrimination. It's codified discrimination against homosexuals. That's what they're saying. And I was watching the governor talk about it this morning and trying to refute that. And he's talking about this bill does not discriminate against lesbians or gays or other people. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, am I other people? I'm listening to people talk about it, like on NPR on the way home. They're talking about it on NPR NewsHour, and they're saying, "Oh, this bill that might discriminate against gays and lesbians." No one is talking about trans people here. It's Trans Day of Visibility. Nobody cares. And this bill is going to affect trans people just as much, if not more, because of how visible we are. We wear our identities on the outside. This is not an internal thing. It's not that I feel like a woman on the inside. I do, but that expresses itself physically. I'm very, very much a target when it comes to discrimination. I have felt it personally. I have experienced it personally in many different states, in many different places. No one wants to talk about it. Meanwhile, in 3 states, possibly only 2 now, because I think one finally tabled it, there are bills that are designed very specifically to target transgender people and codify which bathroom they're supposed to use. Florida, Alabama, there was one other one, maybe Kentucky, maybe, I apologize if I'm getting it wrong. But this is nothing new, right? So these bills have gone on. I made a video about this like 6 years ago called Bathroom Bill Bullshit. I'll probably put like an annotation down here or something. This is not new. This is not new. And nobody cares though. That's the thing, and it's so frustrating to me. There are bills that are out there right now where people are trying to say trans women aren't women and should be forced to use the bathroom of the sex that they were assigned at birth. They're trying to force me into the men's restroom under the guise of preventing sexual assault and rape of young women by predators, because apparently trans people are either A, predators, or B, don't exist and are only an excuse for predators to go into restrooms. Like, it makes no sense. And yet these bills are very serious, and they are absolutely being ignored. I think part of the reason that they're being ignored is that they are targeting trans people, not gay people, not lesbians, not bisexuals. These bills have nothing to do with your sexual orientation. It has everything to do with your gender identity. And so it's disheartening to see this, to see these bills coming up over and over and over again, and nobody caring, nobody rallying in the streets, nobody crying foul. And then Indiana goes and passes the same bill that already exists in 19 other states, plus at the federal level, and everyone's up in arms. And it drives me crazy. It drives me... I'm sorry, I shouldn't use ableist language. It drives me... It makes me really upset, is what it does. And, yeah, I don't know. Those were 2 things that I've been thinking about today, is that A, visibility is awesome, it's important, but it's also draining and hard, and we're still being left out. That's exactly why it's important. We are being left out from the conversation, bills that affect us, things that affect us. People don't care. People aren't bringing it up. It's constantly falling on our community to be visible, to advocate for ourselves, to self-advocate, because no one else is stepping up to do it. No one else is doing any of this. So those were sorts of things why I think it's important, even though it's hard. And I hope that you've stuck around for 9 minutes, because this, out of all the 4 videos I made today, this is the one that's going up. So thank you very much for listening. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, do the comment thing. I'd love to know what you think about this topic, about either one. But let me know in the comments down below. Like the video, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.